Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Yay, 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 yay. Ay, ay, yay, 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 yay. Yay, yay, yay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, da, 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 yay, da, da, yay, da, da, da. Yeah, bye bye. Yay, ya, da. Ya, da, da. Yay, da, da, da. Yay, da. Ay, ya, ay, ay. Ya, da, 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 ya, 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 ya. Yay, da, 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 yay, da, da, da. Yay da 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 yay da 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 ay 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 da da yay da da yay ay da ay 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 ya da 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 yay da da yay da 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 ya da da da. Yay, da, 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 yay, ay, 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 da, dum. Ay, 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 da, 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 Boker Tov, good morning. Here we are at Wednesday, hump day, or 2 days till Shabbat, or 3 days till Slichot, or like a minute until Rosh Hashanah. And the weather's kind of dreary, and some of our minds are feeling dreary, and some of us are feeling like we're back in the groove. But what does that even mean? I mean, I think that only for teachers or for parents of children that are back to school, it's kind of like this funk that we get into just with life. But then we think about all humans, that if there's a chance that you will be in a car, you're cranky anyway, because listen, we know the reality of back to school means back to excessive traffic. I'm not blocking the camera for 1 second. There's a fingerprint. There we go. So maybe the traffic Thursday, Friday going east was worse for the summer, but the traffic going anywhere at any time, we know, is the pits once September comes. So there's that. But also there's so many blessings that, we see. I hear kids laughing and walking down the block and playing outside, and on the bus stop, the excitement. I don't know if it's excitement to go to school. I mean, for Ellis it is, but the excitement of seeing each other, the kids on the bus stop, is always something that is so sweet. But there are other things that are sweet, like in this week's Parsha, the teaching is, there are sweet reminders. And there's something about coming toward the end of the cyclical annual reading of Torah that reminds us that we're coming to the end of it, but only to restart again. And I think that sometimes, we need a reminder of restarting our lives, even just on a day-to-day basis. The idea of waking up should be just a blessing, regardless of how difficult our lives may be. So this week's Parsha, this week's portion, is Ki Tavo, which opens with one of the most beautiful rituals in Torah, the bringing of Bikurim, the first fruits. So I was just on Instagram while I was waiting for the clock to turn 9:30, and I saw Chala Mama was making mini challahs that look like pomegranate, but it has nothing to do with wanting challah. It's to know that the pomegranate season is upon us, which is just the best. If you like fresh pomegranates, not the POM palm brand, but to, I don't know. I think it's so therapeutic. Most people hate it, but opening pomegranates are just so amazing. So I think about the first fruits. So imagine the scene. Farmers from across the land carrying baskets of figs and grapes and dates and pomegranates and olives, yuck, and wheat, climbing up to Jerusalem. Each farmer presenting their offering to the high priest and recites a short declaration beginning with the words, Arami Oved Avi. My father was a wandering Aramean. He went down to Egypt and lived there as a stranger. In just a few sentences, the farmer tells the entire story of the Jewish people. Our humble beginnings, our slavery in Egypt, our liberation, our annual arrival at a land flowing with milk and honey. It's not just a personal prayer of gratitude for a good harvest. It's the ritual of remembering, or placing individual blessing into the context of this communal history of our people. What's striking is that the Torah does not say, thank you, God, for this fruit, right? Because that would be like the easy kindergarten version. Instead, it requires a retelling of the story of who we are. That gratitude is not just an emotion, it's an act of remembering. It forces us to locate ourselves in the larger narrative. Okay? We live in a culture where gratitude often becomes private and fleeting. A moment of saying thanks and move it along. But in Ki Tavo, in this week's Parsha, gratitude is public. It's embodied, it's grounded in the story. The ritual says, I cannot fully appreciate this piece of fruit without remembering that my ancestors once knew hunger. I can't enjoy the land's abundance without acknowledging that it was once denied to us. I can't claim blessing without remembering that it's shared. To me, those reminders are huge. It's not about this, it's about this, right? It is having a sense of gratitude, not simply in the moment only, but as a recollection of everything that happened that got you to that moment, not just about the moment. Later in the portion, the tone shifts dramatically. Moses instructs the people that when they cross the Jordan, they're going to stand between two mountains. The two mountains are known as the blessing and the curse. Gerizim, the mountain of blessing, Ebal, the mountain of curse. Always blessing and curse, right? Right from the beginning. There, the Levites will call out a litany of blessings for those who follow God's ways and curses for those that turn away. This scene reminds us that life is not neutral. Every choice carries weight, and we know it. To embrace the blessing is not only to receive the abundance, but to act with responsibility. To ignore our story, to forget gratitude, to close our eyes to the stranger, to the vulnerable, that brings curse. Simple, but maybe something that we need a reminder, or maybe we didn't know that there was two mountains. Were there two mountains? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I'm sure if we check the map, there was something that was the reason for the utterance. So as we approach the holy days, the highest of holies, this message feels especially urgent. We're entering a season where we too pause and reflect on our own story. We also reflect on the story of our people, but the holy days, the high holy days, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Simchat Torah, Sukkot, Simchat Torah, Shmini Atzeret, the season takes us to a place of reflection and recollection. We remember where we've been, we remember the struggles we've faced, and we remember the blessings that we often take for granted. Torah teaches us that gratitude is more than polite words. It's actually a discipline of memory. It's what keeps abundance from turning into arrogance, from success, and success from becoming self-absorption. It's what reminds us that our blessings are meant to be shared, that the fruits of our lives are not for us alone, but to be offered back into the community and into the world. So let's think for a moment of our own lives. When we celebrate milestones, a birth, a graduation, a wedding, we don't just say thank you for the moment itself. We tell stories. We recall where we came from, who supported us, the struggles along the way. That storytelling deepens our gratitude because it turns the moment into a larger narrative of resilience, of hope, and of love. The Parsha, the portion, Ki Tavo, is also urging us to live that way every day. It's not just because the holy days are upon us. It is the reminder to say, hey, wait a second. It's not just at life's big milestones, but in the simple act of eating bread, enjoying the harvest of our work. We're pausing to just breathe and be like, wow, there's life. That's a gift. So this week, as we move into Slichot, the season of forgiveness, let's practice gratitude, not as a fleeting feeling. I'm so grateful for this moment, but wow, I truly got here. How did I do it? A reflection. Let's make it a discipline of memory. Let us remember the stories, personal, collective, the stories, ours, yours, mine, ours. And in remembering, may we find a way to see that every blessing grows deeper, every harvest richer, and every act of thanksgiving more connected to the endless chain of our people's journey. And in doing so, we choose blessing. Psalm 126. Psalm 126 is often recited with this image of harvest. And don't think harvest Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving is one day, but Thanksgiving should be all year long. Psalm 126 says, those who sow in tears will reap in joy. The one who goes out weeping, carrying seed to be sown, will surely return with songs of joy, carrying the sheaves of blessing. May we all go forward into the season of gratitude with choices of blessing, with lives that return in joy. Psalm 27, for it is the time, the season. Achad sha'alti me'et Adonai, ota avakesh. Achad sha'alti me'et Adonai, ota avakesh. Shivti beveit Adonai כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בחלום. לחזות בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בחלום. One thing we ask, O God, is to dwell in your house all the days of our lives. Lida and Bet, Suze, Elisa, Jeneba, Linda, Rebtova. Yes, olives, yuck. Why is it that my kids, my niece and nephews, all love olives? It is like the one, there's a lot of things I don't like, but olives is like just one of those things. I can't, but they love it. So this is what it is. I still feed it to them, though I'm, holding my breath and washing my hands. Whatever. I know, it's weird. Pickles I love. But no, can't do the olives. Dear folks, tomorrow is September 11th, 9/11. Not to compete, of course, with news, but we will be here at 9:30 with a 9/11 morning service. So if you're called to join us or you're called to watch the news broadcast, obviously you can always come back and watch our service here. We'll always remember where we were, what we're doing, how it affected us, who we lost. But it'll be a time for us to continue to be together, because that's what we do. For those of you that joined us as members moving into the new year, you will receive your calendar of scheduled in-person services. Our regular online services will continue, but as far as in-person services, maybe we can mark our calendars and be together more often. How beautiful that would be. What else do I have to tell you? Saturday night is Slichot. There's a program that we are doing with a few of the synagogues at North Shore Synagogue Saturday night. Oh, good morning, Ann. We'll be at North Shore Synagogue. I believe it starts at 6:30 with some learning opportunities. And then at 8 p.m. will be the Slichot service. I will probably be catching the end of the teaching part. Rabbi Jay will be there. I have a wedding in Bridgehampton. Lucky me. It's a beautiful couple, and I know the family for years, but Bridgehampton, who wants to drive there? So I'll be catching the end of that, but I will certainly be there in time for the service. So if you want to join us, that's North Shore Synagogue in Syosset. At 8 p.m. will be the service. I will send that information out. I will post about tomorrow's. I will be emailing you the service of High Holy Day information. So lots of things coming your way. Look out for it. I usually send from Constant Contact, but I got a lot of complaints about I didn't get it. It's in my spam, whatever. So I will be sending it out both regular email and through Constant Contact, so nobody should miss it. And our connection continues, our time together continues, because Am Yisrael Chai, our people, all of us, will continue to live because we continue to show up. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 O Ravinu Chai. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you, and we will continue to show up for one another. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:30. Have a great day, everybody.